Guys, this specific project I'm talking about is, you know, like, we need to understand what is the business, and who is the customer, right? And for which company we were working. Understood? So this is a very, very important thing. Okay. So we should claim that there is a company, let's say, we are working for a busy company, for example. And what is your job? What is your daily routine in this project? Okay. Let me help you out. See, currently it is Heroku and other things. Okay, so we don't care about everything because now we will not use Heroku. So Heroku is one of the cloud like AWS, GCP, and Azure. Okay, so we will not use this. This is a Salesforce own cloud. Yeah, and so here front end is Salesforce application, and back end is our Python application. Understood. The current business, like the current work we do is we will work on the backend API services, like in the backend application development. Understood. So I think this diagram even still it's invalid. Okay, but when it comes to me, like we will mostly target on like understanding the business so that it will be more easier. Got it? Yeah. So think about any vehicle company. For example, it can be a truck, it can be a bus, it can be a scooter, whatever it is, right? So imagine we had a Hero Motor Corp, right? So Hero Motor Corp, they're spread across the world. Okay. So imagine they spread across the world, and for each and every dealerships, right? Imagine we will take a scenario where, let's say, we will take a scenario to understand this better. So consider, Sainath, for example, right? You want to purchase a car, for example, Maruti Suzuki car, for example. So what is the process? Like, what is your thought process generally? Correct. Okay. So that is one approach. Okay. Yeah. What will be the other approaches where you can reach out to storeroom, calling them, right? Calling them, right? Right. So there are so many places where you can go and reach out, right? Not only physical, you can also talk to them virtually. Understood? You can also make a virtual presence, right? So originally, what happens? Let's say you had a thought, you want to purchase, let's say, uh, Brisa car, for example. So what is your next process? See, since you are very close by, imagine, let's say, you are in the same town, you will directly go and visit, correct? If not, what you do generally? So let's say, see, at least for what we can say, uh, old people they go and visit, Pakka. But when it comes to us, what we do? Since we had our busy schedules, what we do? We directly went into the website. Let's say I want to imagine purchase a bike, Hero Honda bike itself, for example. You got it? I'll go to Hero bikes. I'll simply search like this, right? It would take me to their official website, right? If I click on this, guys, this is very important. Okay, Y- yeah. So when you click on this, it will take you to their official website, correct? This is a website. Yeah, and if you see what you are seeing on the screen, you are seeing many information on the screen, right? Let's say request callback, retail finance, you know, retail finance. And one second, guys, let me also call up one more person. Hey, Kumal, can you join the session? Sure. Right. So, yeah, let's continue. Yeah. So, what I'm saying. when you want to purchase something, what basically you do, so you will just search it in Google, and it will take you to their official website, right? So here there is a place you are seeing the UI, right? For UI, see, they just display whatever information that we were providing from the backend. Understood? So imagine now, what we can say, request callback. You want to talk to someone you want to talk to someone for your inquiry. Okay, what you do, if you see here, how can we help you out, right? Click on this. When you see here, so what did you notice, guys? So there is a form open, is it? There is a form open where you have to fill your data. For example, let's say, uh, Kumar Makala, for example, and let me give some wrong number. Otherwise, yeah, let me give some wrong number. That's fine. Understood? And they, as soon as see incorrect mobile number, right? If you see incorrect mobile number, and if you see, you can send OTP, you can send notification. Got it? So even through the services you can send, no problem. I'll show you how we can do it. Yeah. Next, OTP, we will get the OTP notification, right? And we need to select which vehicle it is. Let's say you want to go with extreme 125R, for example. You click on this, correct? And what is the state? Since they're into India, so which state you want to purchase? Let's say Andhra Pradesh. And for which location? For example, you want to purchase it for Tirupati, is there? Chittoor, any location, let Kadapa, for example. That's it. When you click on this, see this particular option is not enabling. It's not our job. It's a backend developer job. But what is our job? So when the mobile number is well, when there is a mobile number, and they will get a OTP. The person will get a OTP. Okay. Once OTP is entered, for example, if OTP enter, then only verified. And what they do, they used to make a submit call here. Did you understand? So when it comes to submit call, what is mean by submit call? See, this is a new record, right? So what is the method actually? When it comes to HTTP method, which method it is? Post method. Yes. So meaning we are inserting data. So for particular record, so particular customer, we will insert. Okay. So when we insert this data, and what happens? Let's say this is a company website, and for dealerships, right? They have a separate, separate website they have built actually. Understood? And what they do, they integrate, main. This is a main application, the central application. Okay, they integrate main application with the dealership application. Understood? So, for example, I'm a Kumar. I made let's say this is my mobile number. Like this is my information. I submitted. They'll create this record. They'll create this record in the background. Understood? Meaning we will insert this data into the database. And dealer has their own, they have their internal application, internal website, where what they do, as soon as they come in, for example, let's say they open a dealership showroom, right? And immediately if you see there is a person, he'll be sitting in front of system and checking the data. Did you see any time? So what he'll be checking, they'll be checking how many leads they got, how many customer information they got from the central system. You got it? So when you see, so this is one medium. Like let's say directly from the Hero Honda Motor Corp website, this is one medium where you are submitting. Okay. So what is the medium here? Like what is the medium is the direct website. And like this, the leads can be generated through different platforms. It can be, let's say, when you're watching a movie, for example, and let's say when you're watching video in YouTube, a movie, for example, and you will get a pop-up saying that, hey, Hero Honda released a new vehicle, which is very good engine, and it gives mileage of 500 kilometers, for example. So since it attracted you, what you do, immediately you will click there, right? In the YouTube itself, you will click there. There, what is the medium actually? Medium type is YouTube. If it is Facebook, it is Facebook. Twitter. You got it? So meaning they do all the marketing, okay? They do all the digital marketing. and all the platforms wherever the customers are using it, wherever the customers are present, they will go and do advertisement there. Even if you see, when there is a cricket match going on, right, you will see a lot of advertisement, right? Why it is? Because in normal day, if they're getting let's say 10 orders, for example, in advertisement way, let's say we were doing our advertisement, right, they can increase sales by n number of times, let's say 500 times or 1,000 times, because they're selling the product, they're marketing their product in the large audience. Imagine World Cup match, right? How many people are watching that match? You got it, worldwide. So even for less than 1 minute, less than 1 minute clip, how much they charge? For example, if you see less than a minute video clip, World Cup cricket digital cost. Did you see this? In ICICI, a 10-second video advertising slot during the matches, right, cost up to 3 million rupees. Guys, did you understood? So uh, now for a not no, I'm not less than 1 minute I mentioned, just like a 10-second video. 10-second video, it cost them 3 million rupees. You got it? So that's how they used to charge. Even if you just go here, so brands are estimated to spend, see, like all brands. For example, your one. For example, let's say if you look at this data even, global companies are eagerly spending millions of dollars to advertise during Cricket World Cup in India, as the event provides a unique opportunity to reach the cricket-loving nation of 1.4 billion people. Because when it comes to India, right, we have lot of people, now crores of people watching the match, right? The tournament guarantees sponsors over billion viewers worldwide, but it is the consumers in India that are in the main target. Okay, brands are estimated to spend over 240 millions on the advertisement during the tournament. You got it? So this many companies are advertising their product, and the total value is 240 million for single World Cup match. You got it? How much business business they are making? It's very big, no? Very big business, right? So you can see there are a lot of when you see you are seeing like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, many companies, they want to promote their brand. That's where. Understood. So what I'm saying, you also need to understand when it comes to us, the leads are coming from different sources. Okay, and now, let's say one person sitting, let's say dealers, right? So dealers in the sense that showroom, showroom persons. So showroom persons will be in the different towns, cities, and states, correct? And for each town, based on the pin code, for example, now this is the data, guys. Okay, when you submit it, what happens? You will get a call from the call center, right? Generally, hey, because this information not enough. Let's say I'm Kumar. I've given my generic mobile number, OTP, and let's say Kadapa, right? In Kadapa, for example, Kadapa is like now it's a state, right? In that state, sorry, what is it? Kadapa is a district, yeah. Sorry, not state. In Kadapa, in the district there are a number of showrooms are available. Correct. Now I have to give the lead or customer information to the respective person. So how I can do it? Because since only this information, now call center will come, like they'll make a call. Hey Kumar, like you are looking for a extreme 125R, so when you want to buy, see, then what you do is they'll ask when you want to purchase, right? And what's your current location, and when you can, like, let's say, or you want to make it a down payment, or you want to go with a loan, right? There are a number of things, right? So this all are information, guys. Understood? So those um, those are not available here, so they will have a internal. But what we do is we will break it. We will understand, like, since you also get familiarity, right? How this dealership works. So dealership works, they'll cut this data, and next person, see, this is a basic data. Okay, so let me also take a opportunity to, right? So first step is step one. Step one is, um, you submit request for request for callback. Understood? What is next step? Step two, customer care. Customer care people call you and take more information. More information and update in the system. You got it? And once the customer care people call you and they'll take more information, right? They will update in the system actually. Okay, in their application. Make sense? Once they update, now they have more information. Let's say like who you are, where are you from, when you want to make a purchase. Every information they has. Okay, and once they have information, then what happened? That information is step three. Now information is information is properly properly shared properly shared with the shared with the respective dealers. You got it? And step four. Next, where you will get a call. Actually, first time you got a call from customer care, and after that, from where you are getting a call. Now, see, step four, like your information is sorry. Step three, information is passed to the respective dealers. Now you get a call from you get a call from showroom, right? Saying that, hey, I'm John calling from I'm John calling from, let's say, ABC showroom. Okay. And what they do, what they'll ask, he'll collect. So uh, he will ask, sorry, uh, he'll get like you'll get a call from showroom. I'm John from so and so company, and they'll initiate a talk. Hey, when do you want to purchase a vehicle, right? When do you want to purchase a vehicle, and uh, whether it is normally when it comes to the person customer care, right? They generally don't talk about anything about financial generally. Okay, but when it comes to dealership, they'll ask, hey, like you want to purchase a vehicle, so what is your payment mode? You want to go with cash or you want to go with a loan? Understood? So based on that, they'll let's say if both are, let's say if you are okay, then what you do, for example, if you are okay, then what you do is you visit the showroom, right? If you are okay, then you will visit the showroom. You will visit the showroom, and what you do, you will visit the showroom, and based on your requirement, you will go and purchase. Understood? But next, what is the next step? Step six. See, once you if you're okay, then you will visit the showroom, and again, see, the information is properly shared with the respective dealership, right? Through the application, through internal application. Okay, and see, since they are using internal application, if you even when you visit, right, you will go and check it, uh, like how many of you visited, let's say, any showroom, let's say for your bike service itself, what they do actually. So when you go and visit, they'll take your bike number, right, and they'll check who is the owner of the bike. Understood. And when was the last service has done. Got it. Like that, they'll check many information, right? You understood, guys? So they'll check any, like, many information. And if you see, they'll come with a tab. So the tab is installed with the internal application, guys. Okay, in the tab they have everything, like you will have, they can see all the history. Understood. And also they see, once, if you see, like, we will go with this flow. So once you're okay, then you will visit the showroom, right? Next, step 5, your conversation your conversation will be recorded by the salesperson. Your conversation will be recorded by the salesperson, and on the fly, he updates in the internal app. That makes sense, right? Like, you're able to relate, is it, or you're finding any difficulty? But guys, this is very important. Even in the interviews, they'll ask, like, what's the flow, how this happens, and what is the purpose of this project. Everything, okay? Yeah, your conversation will be recorded by the salesperson, and on the salesperson on the fly, yeah, and updates in the internal application. Okay, and now see, since internal application, right, in the company, internal application, when it comes to company, right, by sitting as a manager, for example, as a what we can say, as a ABC company manager, for example. So these are the ABC dealerships, right, as mentioned. Yeah, I'm from ABC okay, showroom, for example. So, for example, as a main company head office, at a head office, what I'll do is, at ABC at ABC head office, ABC head office, I can I can review the lead status. How? That's where. See, imagine your data. See, once you called back, after that they will be start filling out your application. See, customer care people call you and take the information and update in the system. Okay, this is like internal application. Internal, like a website. Okay, they have the internal website where they'll go and fill out the form and update, or they'll save it. Understood. And international, the information will be properly shared with the respective dealerships through the internal application. Make sense? And if you see, once you get a call from a showroom, see, once you get a call from the showroom, what happens? Like, you are, let's say, if you convinced, then you'll go and visit the showroom. Otherwise, what you do, you simply reject it also, right? So majority of the leads or customers, right, we just make a inquiry, as an Indian, we have right, we will visit every showroom for a single bike, and we will go and buy a second hand bike only. Right, that's what no, that's what we do, right, generally, you know um, like, everywhere you roam, right, they'll have information. Even after 2 months, they'll call you, sir, like, when you're coming for a bike purchase, sir, you'll be saying, like, instead of saying, I got a second hand one, no, no, I'll come next week. Right. That's what happened, no? Like, guys, please interactive, you're getting it, right? So what I'm saying, yeah. No, were you guys following or no? At least, right? But whether you guys can relate to or no, you can relate to, is it? Yeah. So, guys, we will build our internal application. Okay. So backend, front end, like, for the even for basic form, also from the internal application, we'll build from the completely from the scratch. Understood. That's what the current project. And since you already matured, or you need any input, like I'll provide all the information. Let's say what backend application should look like, what is the parameter it has, right? What is the API details? I'll provide every information. We should start building it. Understood. So I'll be in the backbone every time. There is something. I'll come and push you. Yeah. If you're stuck, I'm there. Yeah. So here, if you see, like the instructions were clearly given, guys, so you have to follow the instructions and build the application. Yeah, cool. So at abc head office I can review the lead status by just simply sitting at it, right? So who will provide the list, who will provide the information? See, it is just that when it comes to us, we will provide. See here, we are making a post call. Got it? Post method, correct? And customer care people will take the information, update into the application. So what is the method name here? Put method. Got it? And information will be shared with the respective dealerships, showrooms through the internal application. Got it? So here they'll do two things. One is here there's a get call. Okay, they'll get all the information of the lead or the customer. And once you're, let's say you'll get a call from the person. This is not recorded. Okay. But if you're okay, visit the showroom. And at step number 5, I think instead of making here, I'll better make it in the beginning. This is a put call. Okay. So got it. Yeah. And what is the next one? Next one is internal application, right? Dealerships. So this is a get call. Got it? And you'll get it. Okay, this is also fine. And once we are done with it, see, after visiting the showroom, what they do, they'll make a put call again. Meaning they'll update the status back to the system, right? In the internal application. You got it? And at step number 5, at ABC head office, I can review the status. Simply, I'll generate a report. Okay, you got it? At ABC head office, I can not review. I will generate a report of the lead. Lead means customer, guys. Of the customer status. Guys, make sense? No, any confusion in the flow, in this flow? Okay, so if you want, see, we can still use ChatGPT to understand like a better flow. Okay, so if we just give it a ChatGPT and seek for some support, right? Even I can, guys, everyone, you can start using StemFresh, ChatGPT one. Whenever you want, you can use it. I can also provide you the credentials of it. Yeah. So here, see here, please explain me. For example, if you're not getting, for example, let's say I have provided you the information. Guys, did you see this? No, I have given the this is my flow. I have given my flow. Hey, this is what my flow is. Can you explain me? Okay. If we come here, this sequence outlines the customer service and the sales process with interactions between the customer care, sales representatives, and internal application that is used to manage and track the process. Here's the breakdown of each step. What is the first step number 1? So callback request, right? Yeah. So where we are doing through here. You got it? So we are doing a request a callback. When I go back here, see, the customer submits a request for a callback through web or mobile interface. Okay. So this could be for product inquiries, services, or general inquiries. In technical terms, the customer information is sent via post API call, creating a new record in the internal system to request further action. Understood? This is the first, very first step. What is the second step? We will get a call from the customer care, right? From the respective ABC company. A customer care representative calls the customer to gather more information. During the call, representative updates internal system with the new or additional details provided by the customer. You got it? And a put API call is used here to update the existing record, which was created in the, for example, step number one. Okay. And what is the step number three? So get the information. So information shared with dealers. The internal application shares the updated customer information with the relevant dealers or showrooms through the API call. The get API call get API call to retrieve the retrieve and forward the customer data to the appropriate dealership based on the customer's request or location. So like now you might have some confusion that hey, you are saying that's fine. On which basis it will be shared? Okay, so imagine your location is in Kadapa, for example. So in Kadapa, there are four locations, right? So what we do is based on the zip code or pin code, right? So based on the pin code, we will map actually. Let's say during the what we can say during while like customer care, right? While customer care filling the application itself, she can find or he can find the respective dealership. So each dealership, right, they'll have a dealer code. If you see, like any dealer book, service book, right, they you can find a four-digit dealer code actually on the book. Okay, so in the while putting the update call, she'll also mention like which dealer it belongs to. Okay, the respective customer. And so you updated the table in the respective you know dealer name, right? Dealer name or dealer code. So based on the dealer code, it will be, for example, let's say I'm a dealer from Kadapa and China is dealer from Hyderabad, for example. So Kadapa dealers based on the dealer's code. So his query is when he is making when as soon as he come and refresh the page, for example. So let's say as soon as he comes and let's say like think about it, it's a information. Okay, as soon as he come, when he reload the page, so simply that newly added customer information should be displayed on the just refresh. Okay, so how the refresh will work? So there is a backend API, there is a get call. So get call, what it does is it will only fetches the newly created lead information. So once it is done, let's say there is a one we will have one more flag. Let's say there are dealers when it comes to even the database columns, right? In database columns, also we can define, hey, the customer is accepted, negotiated, or let's say customer is not interested. Interested, what is the interest level? We will make every information. You got it? So don't worry about that. I will give you all the information so that it will be more relevant and very helpful. Okay, and here so you're clear about even get call, right? So the get call information meaning this get call happens at the showroom side or the dealership side, where the information will be shared to the respective dealership or showroom. Okay. Next, customer contacted by the dealer. Now, once the information is available, a dealership, let's say a John from let's say some person from ABC showroom receives the information and calls the customer to follow up. Understood? This is the point where the customer is contacted directly by the dealership for further action. Understood? Yeah. And what is the next step? Step number five, customer visits. Let's say if you are okay with the like dealership saying that, hey, I can if you come to a today we have a offer. So we have a let's say new customer offer, sir. So I can if it is happening today, so I can make you 5% offer or 10% offer, right? You might be hearing the same thing. So we were implementing the similar kind of scenarios. Yeah. See, customer visit the showroom if agreed, and if the customer agrees to proceed, they visit the dealership, right? They visit the dealership, and this part of the process conducted offline, right? This is not online, correct? Because you already made your physical presence there. Okay, that's a uh, this particular one is like physical presence, right? Offline process where customer see whether the customer engages with the sales team in the in person, like got it. And once you interaction, right? See, Again, put call. Salesperson records the conversation during or after the conversation at the showroom, right? The salesperson records the important details of the meeting or discussion with the customer information. Let's say preferences, decisions, and next steps in the internal application. So in the internal application, there is a form. He will simply update the form, guys. You understood? So when he update the form in the UI, so from the backend, what we do is we will take the information and we will make a put call. We will make a update call. Understood? And what is the next step? Step number 5, a report at head office. See, at ABC leadership or head office, managers or executives can view the reports that show the status of the customer, including those who visited the showroom, their preferences, and any other relevant information. Okay. So generally this information, right, will be provided by the dealership or showroom. Got it? The internal system aggregates data and makes it accessible for decision making or reporting. So now, guys, is these steps are clear? You're fine, right? You are fine with this understanding, is it? Or you are finding any difficulty in this? Dinesh, do you understood? How about others like neither here? Advesh, you got it, huh? How it is happening? Yeah. So about Sainath, you also got it right, because they'll ask you like what is the line of business, what business like what customer you are helping out, so where your application is running, what is the port number of it, right? Whether it's a secure application or a dummy application. Okay, based on the thing, we will they'll think that okay whether you really worked in the project or not. Understood? So what we are going to build is we are going to build end-to-end application completely in the secure platform. You got it? Yeah. So so the next thought process is, so now that we understood the scenario, let me also capture this. See what are the steps I provided here. So this is recorded. Yeah. So this information will be shared across to you for your understanding. Yeah. So next process is, what is the next process? Now this is the actual business use case, guys. Okay, this is the actual business use case. Now we need to implement the backend part. Okay, so when it comes to backend part, it's very important to understand. So when you want to when it comes to backend part, right? So first of all, we need to understand. Now we need to implement, correct? See, it's not that just that in one application or anything else, right? We need to understand backend part. So first of all, design decisions. Okay. So when I say design decisions, so where this application should run? First of all, we need to choose the, so what we can say, we have to choose a respective technology, meaning which language we will go with it. For example, let's say Python. Okay. So you will use Python language. Fine, makes sense. And how about framework? To implement backend, you need a framework, right? So what framework you are going to work? So let's say, for example, Flask. Okay, Flask or Fast API. So maybe these are options. Okay, next. So these two are fine. So you had in one place you had a Python. You chosen Python as a programming language, and the framework is Flask or Fast API. Understand? And the next one. So what else we need to think? We need to think of database, right? What database we will be working. Understood? So when it comes to database, okay, so you may be thinking of Postgres, Mongo, Cassandra, or DynamoDB, any database. Okay, so we can take up for anything. We can think of anything. Yeah. So for implementing a backend service, is it enough? Correct. Generally, these three are enough actually, just to implement a backend service. Okay, and once we are done with the backend service, like let's say once we identify the tech stack, this is we used to call as a tech stack, tech stack of a project. So once we have the tech stack ready, right, and what we have to do is now we have to identify the APIs, identify the APIs. Okay, now in order to work on this, let me quickly ask ChatGPT, hey, please identify the APIs in the same place because I made a search, right? Did you see this? If you look at this, right? What did you see here? See, this is the one in API, like API callback request. This is the API. What is the method? Post. Description. This API is used when customer submits a request for a callback. It creates a new record in the system with the customer details and nature of the request. Got it? So here, this is how the post request body should looks like. Let's say who is the customer name and what is the phone number of it, and what is the product, like a request type, product inquiry, for example, and preferred time, like when the customer want to take a call back, right? So there's a time. Yeah, and once we made a post call, right, the post call response should be like in the from the response, right? We should say like written message success, failure, something like that, right? So message should be, see, status is success, message callback request created, or callback request yeah, created, makes sense. Yeah, and what is the request ID? Understood, some ID. Next, this is the first API. Understood, we have to implement this API, guys. So this API, in order to create it, uh, in the from the front end. So when it comes to front end, for us, what we do, we will use Postman. In the Postman, body section, we will pass this information, right? We will capture it, we will insert into the database, and we will send this response. Make sense? Any confusion in this, Advesh? Do you see any confusion in this in the post call? Okay, yeah. And what is the next one? Put call. Update the information of the call after the callback. See, once the information is this is happened. This was done by the customer care, right? API callback request and the request ID. For example, this is a request ID. Okay, on this request ID, what they do, method is put, description, customer care representative call the customer, gather the additional information, and update the request in the system. This API updates the existing request with the new details. See, customer name. If you see the customer name is fine, and if you see additional information, okay, interested in car model ABC, looking for the test drive, for example. So this information the customer care person will update, and again they'll make a put call. Once it is put call is updated, say that what is the response? Status is success, and messages request updated successfully. Make sense? And what is the next one? Another API is API dealers. See, this is the API details. API dealers, dealer ID, and customer information. Got it? So if you look at this, we had a get call, HTTP method get call, and what is the description of it? The internal system retrieves the updated customer information and shares it with the respective dealer, ABC showroom. The dealer uses the API call to fetch the customer. Yeah. If you look at this, this is the response. See, we inserted, no? We inserted here see, first of all, we submitted this information. Again, customer care has updated this information. If you see, dealer will get this information. What information updated, created by you, updated by the customer care. You got it? If you see this additional information here, here only customer care updated in the step number 2, right? The same information will be shared to the respective dealerships. Okay, next. Step number 4, no API is involved here because dealers make a call, normal call, right? Make a normal phone call. Next, customer visit the showroom, no API is involved. This step involves an offline visit to the showroom by the customer as agreed during the phone conversation with the dealer. Next, step 5, record conversation by salesperson. Okay. Now, so once we are done, once during our conversation, what the salesperson will do is, they'll use this API to update, to make a put call, right? So the salesperson records the conversation or meeting details with the customer and updates the internal system with this information. Did you see here? Interaction summary: customer visited the showroom, test drove car the model XYZ, interested in purchasing within a month. You got it? Something like this. And what is the next steps? A follow-up call in 2 weeks. Follow-up call in 2 weeks. That's the next steps. And this is the data here I'll update. And what is the response? See here, status success, message interaction details updated successfully. Right? And next, what is step number 7? Report at office, head office, right? So they'll use a get call. So this information from step number to step number 6, every information should be made available. You got it? Interaction summary, everything should be available to the respective uh, by sitting in one place, he should able to see all the recording information. Makes sense, huh? Or he can see, what we can do once we have this data, all the customer information, right, on the respective state or city. Even he can generate a report based on the city or based on the state. You got it? So this is the information we have. This is in the form of JSON, right? So from JSON to Excel, JSON to we can convert it to any JSON to PDF. We can do it in any format for based on the ask. You got it? So this is a summary of the APS. Post call put. Now understood. See, and you have to work on this. So this is a process, right? This is a process. So post call. And before this, what we need to do said, we need to decide about the data model. Okay, so how the database looks, how many tables required. You got it? So when it comes to the actual work, so identify the APIs, this is done. So let me go here, right? So if I go back here, identifying the APIs also done, right? So here. Not the yeah, makes sense. Hmm. Next, what is the next step? Before this, what we need to do is, before the identifying the API, we need to think of, see, database we have, right? We need to think of database database tables, database model. We need to think of database model. So how many tables? So currently, to make it very simple, we will use only one table, guys. Okay, for minimal minimal work, for minimal for minimal work, use single table. Okay, for minimal work, use single table for doing this. Okay, and if you want, I can also create. I can also ask for um, database table column info needed. For example, if I ask for it, so it will give you. So see, guys, when you're learning, right, you need to understand. See, we in today's world, you will get everything whatever you want in next second. Okay, but you need to understand what is required, because in order to find something, you need to understand, right? You need to understand the business context, right? Otherwise you cannot get anything, you know. So now if you see, let's go through it. Based on the API workflow you have shared, I will describe the key database tables and their relevant columns that might be required to support the operations. Each table corresponds to the stage of process and stores the data related to the customers, dealers, and the callbacks and interactions. Yeah. So callback request. So this is one table. So stores the customer callbacks for the request. See, here this table only stores the callback, the first, as soon as you make a post call, right, that information it will be stored here in one table. Understood? And what is the next table? Next table is customer information table, where the fields are here. Information ID, request ID. You know, if you see here in the first table, you will have a request ID. Understood? And based on this request ID, what we do is primary key and unique identifier for each entry. You got it? And if you see request ID information, like don't worry, like I can help you out in this. But to make it more simple, you can use only a single table. That's okay. But with minimalistic, minimal as I mentioned, right? One second. I need a single table, single table for minimal minimalistic for POC, proof of concept. So I'm expecting this guys from you, you know. Guys, understood. So you just create only one table. That's okay. So with only one table, do you see this? Create only one table here. See, for the minimalistic proof of concept, you can simplify the database schema into a single table that stores all information about the customer interactions, requests, everything actually. Okay. So this is what even I'm expecting from you. So create a minimalistic table, customer interactions. Purpose is stores all the essential data for our customers, requests, dealers, assignments, interaction, everything. This is the table, you know, and this is the information of it. And this is what the table you have to create. Now did you understood? See, I'm giving this information as well. What is the catch here is you have to see, the catch here is you have to implement this now. You got it? So you have to implement once again. So here it is giving all the information. Yeah. So you have to create a table and perform all the you have to implement all the API services. If you scroll to the top, like here, you'll have a API. What is the API? You should use you since you already understand how to create a get call, post call, and all right. You should start building this. Yeah. Even if you write in a single Python file, that should be fine. For once we are done with understanding in a single Python backend file, I'm okay. Once we are done with it, then we will make it big. We will restructure the project, and we will work on the request. Yeah. Now, since you have information, can you guys start working on this request? Yeah. Do you see any difficulty, you can still contact. And say from today onwards, right? So like you guys should be in the bridge, so the bridge starts from 10 o'clock, 10 or 10:30. But yeah, bridge is always on, and you can call back or join back here on the bridge by 10 o'clock. Okay, from 10, bridge will be available, and we should start working. Whatever, we can feel to discuss. We can initiate our conversations there, understand, implement. We have to implement this, guys. Okay, this is what they will ask in the interviews. Even interviews, even when it comes to office, right? We need to understand this kind of implement this kind of applications. Got it? So like we need to understand business, we need to understand programmatically, we need to understand the implementation part of it, even architectural thing. Understood? We will work on everything, even when it comes to you start working on this, even I'll in the background, right? I'll start implementing the architecture on this. Yeah. So make sense. So join back at 10. You should not make any other plans. Okay. So we will start implementing it. You will have every information, guys.